Ladies and gentlemen, today, June 25th, commemoration marks the second anniversary of a historic 2024 Gen Z-led anti-finance bill protest. So, President William Ruto and his own UDA members of parliament and even senators hides in Statehouse following different media outlets what is happening in Kenya. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if there is any government that fears its own people, it is Ruto's government. Why am I saying so? Before I continue, ladies and gentlemen, as you continue watching this clip, please, I request you, I beseech you, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I kindly ask you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever we upload new content. Thank you for your support. May our Supreme Being, who lives in heaven, bless you more than enough. Welcome to our analysis. Ruto had announced to Kenyans that today, on Thursday, 25th of June, there will be no protests. It will be peaceful. There will be peace everywhere across the country. Actually, let us listen to what he said, because it is going to form the basis of what we are going to analyze in this clip. This is William Ruto.
We will defend the right of everybody because we are a country that believes viciously in order. We are a civilized nation. We are an organized society. We must protect our country. We must focus on our development, and we must never allow things that take Kenya backwards. I hear some people, the other day I saw some people there saying, oh, we want to shut down the country. And on that mission of protecting the rights of everybody, I will lead that charge. I will be right at the forefront. The children will go to school, workers will go to work, and businesses will go open their businesses and grow our economy.
That is President William Ruto giving a hopeful promise to all Kenyans that Kenya will be peaceful everywhere. He said those who do business should open their businesses. Students should go to school. Those who are workers, or rather working in different companies, and those even are working in this government that is under him, should go to work. However, surprisingly, ladies and gentlemen, Ruto himself and his own UDA MPs and even senators, even the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, were nowhere to be seen. While protests continue to spread across Nairobi's city center, meanwhile, President William Ruto is at the Statehouse, keeping out of sight and following the unfolding situation through Kenyan television broadcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are. Because what we have experienced today, it is worthy to say Gen Zs have powers. Now, I want to put this into perspective so that we can really understand reasons why some people describe this as a fearful government that is under Ruto leadership. Number one, President Ruto's administration decided to use police officers to block major roads leading into Nairobi City. That means this government, it was not ready to deal with Gen Zs. So they decided to use live wires, electric wires, to block various roads accessing the city, because maybe they thought temples were to be upside down. So police officers were used to block all major roads leading to Nairobi city center. That qualifies us to say that the government of President William Ruto is fearful. Number 2, members of parliament did not attend the parliament proceedings today on Thursday as a sign that they feared protesters might reach to their parliamentary buildings and demand their removal from office. You know, when we had demonstrations back 2024, the so-called Gen Zs managed to access parliament buildings. Some ate the so-called mushere, walikula mchele kila mahali. Some accessed even the speaker's seat. You know, they addressed the nation, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker. That is why members of parliament were nowhere to be seen. As a result, security around the parliament was tightened, you know, with the barriers and restricted access, preventing people from entering the area. That is why we are saying that the current government is fearful of Gen Zs in this country, Kenya. Number 3, Ruto and his Interior Security Minister, Kipchumba Murkomen, are nowhere to be seen in public during the protests. We expected the two leaders to keep on giving updates to Kenyans on what is really happening, but nobody knows where they are. That means they are hiding somewhere, leading some observers to speculate that they are monitoring the situation from undisclosed locations rather than appearing publicly. But I suspect Ruto is in Statehouse, watching, or rather following through different media outlets what is really happening in different parts of this country, Kenya. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I want to say large parts of Nairobi remain under heavy security. Police officers have arrested numerous protesters who were protesting peacefully, you know, because we had June 25th commemoration today marks the second anniversary of a historic 2024 Gen Z-led anti-finance bill protest. You know, ladies and gentlemen, a section of police officers decided to use tear gas to disperse crowds. I saw Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, David Maraga, and other opposition leaders marching towards parliament buildings. They wanted to lay their flowers to show respect to those who lost their lives back 2024 and even 2025 when we had the first anniversary of Gen Zs who lost their lives. You know, we were surprised because they blocked various roads as one way of blocking people accessing Nairobi City, but some of them used the border to access the city. So the opposition leaders laid their wreaths or other flowers to show respect to those who lost their lives. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let's meet in the next video. But if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel where we don't sugarcoat but always put the news as it is, please do me a favor. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.